Hello and welcome to the program Ghana Speaks. My name is Enoch Ejiro. Thanks so much for making time. This episode is going to be a fire branded show today. So you need to tell a friend that the man Enoch is here with us. Grateful that you've made time on this very day on Ghana Speaks with me, Enoch Ejiro. The show is proudly brought to you by the Hawk Investigations and WACO. When it comes to investigations of all kinds, one company that you can fall on, they're always on time, provided you give them all the pieces of info they need so they can do their job. They'll be there to assist you. Hawk Investigations Agency. Call them 020-228-3252. 020-228-3252. Now, when it comes to the construction industry, there's but one company I will recommend for you. If you need sand, gravel for construction of roads, to build schools, hospitals, anything that has to do with building or construction, contact WACO on 0505 714871. 0505 714871. We will be right back and we will begin the fire. In a world where darkness rules, a world without a law, a world where truth is hidden, this is the world where we shine our light to make it better so you can sleep. We are the hunters of truth. Hawk Investigation Company. We hunt for the truth. Call us 0 any day, anytime, and we will be there to hunt. Come back. Thanks so much once again for making time. This issue between Ghana and Nigeria gradually is still burning up, as I said last time. Last week I was not myself, I was not well, as I told you, but this very week the Son of Man is back, ably assisted by the man Kofi and Samakai. Grateful that he has made the time together with the Rama and the rest of the crew. Now, what are we looking at today? We're going to look at why it's important, very, very important, why Nigerians or those who have overstayed, not just Nigerians alone, but foreigners who have overstayed, why they have to leave. And it's very important that we take, importance notice of whatever thing I'm going to say. This very story that I'm about sharing with you is a story of a kingpin, a guy who has been kidnapping people and making a lot of, millions out of that. Watch this very story, and when we come back, I'll tell you something why I believe we have to be very, very serious as a country, and we have to try our best possible to make sure the Nigerians living in Ghana who are committing crimes, who have overstayed, we have to make sure they leave. Watch this.
This is the 130 million naira mansion where Chukwudi Dubememe Onwama DK alias Evans lived until his arrest on Saturday. Closed circuit cameras, super steel gate, and high wired fence. Simply a palatial mansion designed for a king. Once respected in his neighborhood at his Magodo residential home, here is Evans arriving in chains with his head bowed in apparent shame. The father of 5 lived like royalty. This was evident in his test. According to him, he spent more than 40 million naira on furnishing alone. Italian imported furniture, jacuzzi, name it. Evans had them all. For every man, there's a time of weakness and total surrender.
Then from Anambra, I moved to Edo. Edo State is like about 3 times. In Edo State, before I come to Lagos. I know about Danodete. This amount of ransom we collected is from First Tag. He lives in First Tag. Yeah?
How much?
$1 million.
It was jubilation as Evans arrived the police command to the waiting arms of curious journalists. The first PRO wasted no time.
After the gun duel with these vicious and notorious criminal gangs are 5 AK-47 rifles, which we display here for you to see, 2 double-barrel long guns equally displayed. We have 1 AK-49 rifle, 2 English pistols, and 59 AK-47 magazines loaded with ammunition. We equally have 1,272 AK-47 ammunition also recovered.
His gang members spoke on their relationship with a man described by some as the masked one.
You can give me back, you can give me money to give somebody, you can give me back, you can ask me to go and collect something from somebody. Then you can come out anywhere and collect anything from it. That is how you do it. He doesn't know where he lives.
I even one day follow and go keep now, but now I think get this problem for here now with this in gun. They don't pack up. Now ain't call me for phone, so boy, I don't get problem. They don't pack all my gun, so make a fine way. Whether I go feed gun, see gun for Bayasa, buy for him, he go pay 3 million, 3.5 to my account.
This is the only first time I work with him.
This is the end of the road for a man who has different gangs of kidnappers operating in about 4 states, and at the height of his aberrant career, collected ransom sometimes as high as $1 million. Chukwudi Dumemene Onwamadike 36 from Umodim village, Nnewi North local government area of Anambra State, is said to keep his victims as long as 7 months in captivity until they are able to pay the ransom jaw-droppingly high. He has 2 houses in Magodo and 2 in Accra, Ghana. His wife and 5 children are said to have fled to Ghana, from where they will finally head to Canada.
Now you saw it. Now the question that I'm asking myself is that this guy, his name is also Chikudi, isn't it? Yes. This guy, this story that you watch happened way back, I think 8-9 years ago. And as you heard, his last victim, he demanded $1 million. He has houses in Nigeria and houses in Ghana. 2 houses in Ghana. How was it possible? By what means? How do foreigners come to Ghana to acquire lands? How is it possible? What kind of land, laws do we have? What kind of laws do we have in this country that a foreigner can walk into this country and then buy a land? To the extent that I personally have had issues with one of them, a Nigerian, that at long run they had to divide the whole thing, because he said he has been in Ghana for more than 30 years now. He's a Ghanaian, and even sometimes said that we don't need Nigerians. I said, but you yourself, you are a Nigerian. Along we became friends. You understand? We became friends. Nigerians have, some of them have overstayed. Now they are part of us. They speak our language. They behave like us. Now this guy has 2 houses in Ghana. At the time when he was arrested, his wife and kids were in Ghana with the hope that they were going to continue the journey to Canada. So the question I'm asking is, where are they now? Are they still in Ghana? So when you watch the story, this guy started robbing at the age of 16. That was when he started. So let's just say if his kids at the time of his arrest were maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and this story happened way back maybe 8-9 years ago, how old are they now? And will this man ever train them? And they are 5 in number. What do you think will be our fate? It is important to know that anyone who has overstayed in this country cannot and will never be part of our world and must be told to leave. It's very, very important. Very important. Are you aware? Another reason why we have to make sure these Nigerians, some of them will, leave our country. Another reason Some of these Nigerians are using, Ghanaian passports to commit crimes. And today, if care is not taken, there will be a travel ban on Ghanaians as well, as far as some countries are concerned. A friend recently came from Malaysia, and he was complaining that because of an act of criminality that was committed by a Nigerian, as a result of that, the Malaysian police, they are always on the Ghanaian, people, especially blacks. Once you are a black person, they see you as a Nigerian or Ghanaian, they will deal with you in a very harsh way. Why? Because these people have Ghanaian passports. Why? What kind of country are we living in? How are they able to come to the shores of this country and acquire Ghanaian passport? Now, Ghanaian passport is gradually becoming like Dutch passport, isn't it? It's becoming very, very precious. If you claim that your country is better than our country, why are you using our passport? Well, there's not a story coming from me. Watch this very story. A Nigerian who was arrested in the UK, and he was having what? A Ghanaian passport. We shouldn't be joking about this. This Ghana-Nigeria thing, no one is interested in harming any Nigerian. No, that is not what we are made up of. Ghana, we don't do that. But what we are saying is that those who have overstayed, they have to leave. Those who are criminals, they have to leave. Leave our country. And many a time people make the comparison that, so if Americans also tell your citizens to leave, what are you going to say? I'll come to that. Making that kind of argument is very wrong. I'll come to that very soon. Watch this video.
A notorious Nigerian caught using Ghana passport to commit crimes in the United Kingdom. So before any Nigerian will open his or her mouth to say Ghanaians are wicked, jealous and xenophobic, they should take a look at this video. There they will understand who is really wicked, heartless and jealous, guys. Let's get right into it and I will be right back.
It's a copy of his Ghanaian passport. Right, this was issued on the 1st of February 07.
Yeah, that's the point.
Right, where did you get this from? In Britain, this country or Ghana?
This one?
Yeah.
In this country.
From this country?
Yeah, when my brother was just sending everything.
So you wasn't here when you got this passport issued to you from...
Yeah, I was here.
You was here in 2007?
Yes, I was.
To be honest, yeah?
To be honest,
yeah.
At the moment it looks like the passport may not be here.
I think...
So this gentleman will probably be asked to report on the immigration bail. That'll be decided by the arresting officers.
The team know that without a travel document, they cannot remove the man from Britain. Their only option is to grant him temporary release.
But you have to report every week, you understand? Otherwise you'll have problems if you get stopped again by the police or immigration. Okay?
He'll be reporting to us until we can get a document and a removal date for him, and then he'll be removed back to his country of origin. So for him, if he's ever apprehended again, there won't be no release for him, he'll be detained.
The enforcement team in London need to search the home of a cleaner they've arrested on suspicion of being in the country illegally.
Come on, mate. Watch your head, yeah? Stand there for me, mate.
The man gave a false name, but officers found an ID card, and checks against this name confirmed he is from Nigeria and here on a tourist visa that expired 2 years ago.
The gentleman says it's his sister's address and she lives on the 5th floor. We've got officers providing rear cover just in case someone throws documents out of windows.
The team must find his passport. Without it, they can't send him back home.
No, hold him. He can go. Because his sister's a bit nervous of the law and police, and especially immigration, he's asked us to stand away from the peephole. Or she won't answer the door, basically. If she sees his face, she'll answer. If she sees us, she won't. So we're just waiting for her to answer the door.
Hello,
Turn up the door, immigration gonna arrest you.
Guys, at this point, I think Ghana embassy in the UK need to do better, seriously, because I do not see the reason why a Nigerian should be given a passport, a Ghanaian passport in the UK. If it were to be at home, like in Ghana, he got this passport, then we'll be like, okay, but over there, I believe there should be a background check before some things like this, should be given to other people, like...
Now, when this story came out, some Nigerian vloggers, especially this guy, then about playing his video, they started, to create stories. And a story that they created You can find out from any site. You saw it. The guy was arrested in the UK. And he claims he's a Ghanaian. And you are telling me we should allow Nigerians to live in our country with this mentality? So, there's not any attack on anyone. We are fighting for our future. We are fighting for our rights. We are fighting for our future. We are fighting for our rights. Ghana belongs to Ghanaians. You come to our country, give you a place of comfort for you to be comfortable, and the next thing that you do is to use our passport to commit crime. Go to some countries, go to some places. The moment you say that you're a Ghanaian, in the past, they will welcome you in a very beautiful way. But now some of them will be looking at you in a different way. They will be looking at you as if you're a criminal. Why? Because some Nigerians are tarnishing our brand. Some Nigerians are using our passport to commit crimes. You are telling me that, it's not true. Who told you? I've given you evidence. I've shown you a video. I can give you many. It's very, very important. And sometimes I don't blame these Nigerians. I blame our agencies in this country. How is it possible that a foreigner can enter our country and all of a sudden the person ends up becoming a Ghanaian citizen to the extent of acquiring Ghana card, Ghana passport, Ghana this, Ghana that? Let me tell you, the international community, if you arrest any black man and he tells you he's a Ghanaian, ask the person, where does he come from? Ask the person in Ghana. If he tells you I come from Cape Coast, Accra, ask him, where in Cape Coast do you come from? Give me the name of your clan head. What kind of clan are you part of? Ask him questions. Questions. Do not just accept because the person is black. Because Ghanaians, we are very disciplined. We are decent people. Now, this very guy that I'm talking about, I saw a story that a Ghanaian who is living in the UK is also using Nigerian passport. And I said, what? A Ghanaian using a Nigerian passport to commit crime? He has overstayed in UK, he was caught and blah blah. So you watch the video. When you watch the video, then you know why this very particular boy, this boy, has a problem with his mental faculty. And I believe this should be the last time that I will have to even play his video, because obviously something is not right. When this story happened, I was like, what? A Ghanaian using Nigerian passport. So I decided to go online, search through all the search engines, and I couldn't find one. I decided to ask AI, is it true? You have a phone, Google and find out if there's any Ghanaian who was arrested in the UK for using Nigerian passport. You find none. Oh my word. So you people, you can never be, I don't want to use a particular word that would be seen as an insult to all of you. But be creative a little bit. In everything you want to scam. Journalism and information too, you want to scam it. Holy moly. We watch this very story, or watch this video.
So there's a man, a Ghanaian man, a very healthy, thick Ghanaian man, that used Nigeria passport. He forged Nigeria passport to travel to UK. Yes, I've said this story many times and people always argue me, but I'll continue telling you people the truth. See, 30 years ago, you understand? 30, 40, 50 years ago, every African wanted to have Nigerian passport. See, I'm telling you, every African wanted, because Nigeria passport used to be one of the strongest passports in the world. See, 30, 40 years ago, Nigerians did not need visa to go to UK. Nigerians did not need visa to go to America, because those economies were not too better off than the Nigerian economy. I can categorically tell you that there was a time when Naira was better than dollar. So why would a Nigerian need visa to go to America, where America is rather the one begging to survive from Nigeria back in those days? You can see all the Ghanaians where they are abroad. I can tell you with confidence, all the Ghanaians and South Africans, that, in fact, I'll do a video on this topic so that you people will really understand, because I cannot take time to explain it in this video. But just know and hear me clearly that all the Ghanaians that are in the UK, that have been in the UK for over 50 years today, all the South African citizens that have been in the UK for over 50 years today, all the African citizens that are in the US for over 50 years today, all of them went there with Nigeria passports. Nelson Mandela used Nigeria passport. People, in fact, make I calm down for this one.
Is this not funny? The moment he even made that statement about Mandela, the moment he made that statement that Mandela once used a Nigerian passport, I said, nah, this guy obviously needs medical attention. But you see, that very story was only on Nigerian, sites, YouTube channels. You will never find it anywhere. This is why I'm proud to be a Ghanaian. You were struggling just to create a narrative, and they will tell you it's online. Online where? Apart from the ones that you Nigerians created, and they mentioned the name, a Ghanaian. The story I'm here to break the news to you is not true. Now this guy, this small boy who is claiming that Nelson Mandela once even used Nigerian passport, and therefore was making appeal to Nigerians that keep your passport, for one day it will be very precious. So what has happened to your passport now? Let me tell you, my Nelson Mandela used various passports. Do you know when Nelson Mandela acquired his first South African passport? That was 1990, February 19. Okay, 1990, February 19. That was when he acquired his first passport. And one country that Nelson Mandela used as an alias was Ethiopia. He used an Ethiopian passport with the name David Montme. Yes, David Montme. That was the name Mandela used. That's the only country that I do know. He used other passport though, but the one that I know, which you can Google for free, was that Ethiopian passport, because that Ethiopian guy was part of his clients, and this was the period when he was seeking funds for ANC, the African National Congress. Again, let me give you history for free, young man. Nelson Mandela came to your country in 1990, and that is where he was honored. The Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, GCFR, that was doing for his, activism against, apartheid and so on and so forth. So you need to understand the history. Mandela never used Nigerian passports. So go and find out when he first used. That was February 19, 1990. That was when Mandela used or had his South African passport. And the country that he used as a nationality secretly was Ethiopia and not Nigeria. The moment you made that statement, I realized that you have issues of which you need help. And I don't have to spend time, on you, that to the extent that you have to come together to create a story to, paint our image black. Come on. Ghana, we are far, far, far ahead of such things. But one thing that also makes me a little bit surprised is our noble president, John Dramani Mahama. In spite of all these things that this very guy and many other Nigerians are saying about us, then it's a fact, it's online, that I think your stepmother also is a Nigerian. You also have a chieftaincy title there. So you gave a Nigerian an ambassador role to UAE. Why not even High Commissioner to Nigeria? So it's like you are not listening. These are the things that make political parties to lose election. You need, when you wanted our vote, you didn't go to Nigerians. You came to us. And I keep saying that power should not make people to feel that they are above everyone. Power, all of us can equally contest. But maybe the ticket that we're going to contest on might not give us the opportunity. But should some of us contest on it, maybe NDC, MPP will get there. So when the opportunity presents itself for you to become the leader, whatever thing that you say and do, you have to do it in the interest of your people. Why do you always allow foreigners to walk over us? Look at what happened at Moaku. Labanese or whoever came here poured pepper into the eyes of a young lady. What happened with that case? And you had a Ghanaian lawyer defending him. Kidnapping cases. The 3 missing girls in Takrady. Nigerian was involved. These 2 ladies said, "Why could you do something?" They were tortured with cutlasses. At the time, the foreign minister in Nigeria didn't come here to apologize. Took the intervention of the security agencies to rescue these women. That is the kind of brand Nigerians have. In the long run, you offer an ambassadorial role. So when you need our vote, you have to, tell us things that, we love to hear. And some of them that I want to hear is that you protect us. But when you need our vote, you don't go to Nigerians. You don't go to the Lebanese, the Indians, but you come to us. It's very, very sad. Now let me tell you another difference between Ghana and Nigeria. Ghanaians, you're very empathetic. Ghanaians, we have feelings for our brothers and sisters. This Nigerian lady, Kemi, what is the name, crowd? Kemi Badnock or whatever the name is, a Nigerian, leader of the Conservative Party in the UK, recently made a call that immigrants in the UK must be told to leave. They have to force them to leave. A Nigerian, and she behaves like an AI cartoon because she wants to behave and talk and speak like the Brits. No matter what, look at my hands. No matter what the monkey does, you will always be different when you're in the midst of the pigs. That is one thing you should know. I'm telling you, Kemi Badnock or whatever your name is, you are the same person that someone was using your name. A useless broadcaster in Nigeria was using your name that you have roasted. Like last I told you that if you have your own nationals being mayors or whatever or leaders in other countries, and these people pride themselves and claim that they are mayors but they are from Ghana or Nigeria or from some other African country, pride themselves and no one is benefiting from them, is useless. Watch it.
Where would you propose that 150,000 people would go? Because the original Rwanda plan was going to take perhaps 1,000 people over 5 years.
Laura,
so where would those people all go?
Not here. Not here. They do not belong here. They are committing crimes. They are hurting people. We have been trying to deport so many people and have been facing obstacles in the legal system. That's why we're leaving the ECHR. We tried to deport a Jamaican national who had committed crimes. Shabana Mahmood and Keir Starmer wrote a letter asking us not to deport him. He went on to kill someone else later. I'm tired of us asking all of these irrelevant questions about where should they go. They will go back to where they should do or another country, but they should not be here. We need to look after the people in our country.
But where would you propose that 150,000 people would go? Because the original Rwanda plan was going to take perhaps 1,000 people over 5 years.
Laura,
so where would those people all go?
Not here. Not here. They do not belong here. They are committing crimes. They are hurting people. We have been trying to deport so many people and have been facing obstacles in the legal system. That's why we're leaving the ECHR. We tried to deport a Jamaican national who had committed crimes. Shabana Mahmood and Keir Starmer wrote a letter asking us not to deport him. He went on to kill someone else later. I'm tired of us asking all of these irrelevant questions about where should they go. They will go back to where they should do or another country, but they should not be here. We need to look after the people in our country. But it's not.
He saw it. Yet, when the same situation occurred in the United States of America, our very own Mami Ewusi Mensah Frimpong, a Ghanaian who had the opportunity to equally agree with the Commander-in-Chief Trump, John Trump, that immigrants should leave. She blocked it. The immigrants included Nigerians as well. See the difference? You see the difference? Whilst she was fighting for our brothers there, you, like an AI cartoon, you want to behave like white. Watch this one as well.
Today we are going to talk about a federal judge who has become the center of news and discussion all across America. Judge Mame Yusi Mensah Frimpong. According to Newsweek, she blocked the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, from carrying out the aggressive tactics that the Trump administration was trying to implement, and this bold decision has placed her directly in the national spotlight. Judge Frimpong's ruling has not only shaken legal experts, but has also forced ordinary people to reflect on the direction of America's legal system. For immigrant communities, this decision is seen as a major relief because ICE's aggressive raids and tactics were having the greatest impact on undocumented families and vulnerable individuals. Frimpong's step stands as a strong example of judicial independence and protection of human rights, making her a unique and powerful figure. If you think about it, for a federal judge to take such a stand on a politically sensitive issue is an incredibly risky and bold move, as it brings with it political pressure, media scrutiny, and public backlash. But she sent a clear message: the Constitution and the law stand above everything else. Right now, her name is trending across America's social media platforms. Immigration activists are calling her a hero, while Trump supporters are labeling her ruling controversial. Yet one fact is undeniable. Through her decision, Judge Frimpong has shown the true meaning of the power and independence of the judiciary. In the coming days, we will see what the political and legal fallout of this case will be. But for now, one thing is clear: Judge Mame Yusi Mensah Frimpong is America's top trending judge, and her name is being written into history.
All right. Now, those of you who have been saying that if America tomorrow decides that all Ghanaians or immigrants should leave, America does not have that right. Do you know why? Do you know why America does not have that right? As far as I'm concerned, Ghana never colonized any other country. So we have the right to tell people to leave. Equally, Switzerland and other African countries. But the Brits, they colonized our people. They invaded our country. And when they made that invasion, they took our women, they took our strong men, and they sent them to that place. They used them to build America. And their descendants then lost touch with their roots. So today, if you tell an immigrant to leave, to go where? So America does not have that right. I don't even know why they restrict people from coming. That country should be free. America is a collection of states. It should be free for all and sundry because you used our people. You didn't compensate us. Nothing. But we have the right to tell people to leave our country because we didn't colonize anyone. Russia didn't colonize, how do you call it, Africans, Switzerland, Sweden. But the Brits, that is what they did. They sent those people, the immigrants, to build America. So you do not have, the pain I have in all this is, it's not when it comes to racial abuse, many a time. It's not so demeaning than having a white man look down on you, but having a black person to look down on a fellow black, Massa, that is very painful. Like what this Kemi lady or whatever her name is doing in Nigeria, in UK. That we have to protect our country. You, who told you a rat? So you have to get that thing very clear and understand that America cannot claim that immigrants are there and they should leave. Immigrants built America, and therefore they must be respected. Our forefathers, our grandfathers, grandmothers were not compensated. They tortured them, used them, raped them, and fed the rest to the sharks. So you cannot make that comparison between Ghana and America. But in any case, anytime that white man want to do something against fellow Africans, they use our own black people. This general, whatever guy that they wanted to use to overthrow the Burkina Faso leader, what is the guy? Is he not black? Obama, black man. He was the one who initiated this LGBT whole process. The other one, what was the name? This Kemi lady. He's the one that they are using. When is the African going to use this? Now, very soon I'll be ending. But I've heard this whisper. I do not know. I cannot confirm or deny. But it came from someone very, learned, a good friend. And according to him, he has a theory. The theory that he has is that the reason why the deportees, do you know why America decided to restrict Ghana or place the traveling ban on Ghana? Well, according to this source of mine, and I said this source is an alleged source, so I cannot confirm or deny. I believe if it's true, well, then the agencies in the country can confirm. If it's not, they can also deny. But according to him, these 14 immigrants that were sent to Ghana were using Ghanaian passports. So the American government at the time contacted the Ghanaian government that these people that if arrested, they are saying they are Ghanaians. Therefore, the consulate there in the States decided to find out if these guys indeed are Ghanaians. They began to ask them questions. Where do you come from? They couldn't speak any of the Ghanaian languages from Ga, Ewe, Tri, Fante, Kwapem. And so the Ghanaians decided that we are not going to accept. As a result, the Americans said, okay, if you're not going to accept, then they're going to place traveling ban. Hence that visa, whatever thing that came. Then later on, the Ghanaian government accepted. So those people were sent to Ghana. Only for them to find out that they are not Ghanaians, only that they were using Ghanaian passports. The deportees. That is the secret. So it's not about any bilateral whatever. For me, I can't confirm and I can't deny. It's an allegation from, it's a theory. Let me say a theory that a learned person shared with me. And I said, well, I'll put it out there. Maybe the one who happens to be in charge of that very information will let us know that maybe that information is accurate or it's not. Well, I can't confirm or deny, but that is what I heard. Now, in my final submission, one will have to be careful when it comes to Ghana, Nigeria, Ghana, Nigeria, Ghana, Nigeria. Because way back in 1983, but that was when this incident happened, when Nigerians said Ghana must go. A lot of people went through hell because at the time Buzia's government had done same to the Nigerians. So they also decided to repeat it. Now when that incident happened, a lot of things went wrong. Now fast forward to 2025, we are calling or making the same call. We have to be careful as a country, because if you don't do it professionally, we will do what we have to do, but the next 40, 50, 60 years to come, you might never know what is going to happen in return. Equally, we have Ghanaians living in Nigeria. So no one is saying that we hate Nigeria. No, we don't. Far from that. But what we are calling for is, as the Nigerian immigration did or has done, that they are going to make sure that those who have overstayed will leave. Equally, those who have overstayed should also leave our country. So we do it professionally, nicely and gently. That is the reality. Thanks so much for making time on this very episode. This is why the Nigerians will have to leave. The bad ones, let me put it right. The show probably brought to you by the Hawk Investigative Agency. If you have any investigative related thing undercover, anything that you believe that it calls for investigation, call the Hawk Agency on 020-228-3252. And then if you want to also build or construct roads or something, if you're in the construction industry and you need sand, gravel, there's but one company I also recommend called Waco. Call them on 0505-714871. Once you call them, they'll be there to assist you. Thanks so much for making time. Ably assisted by the man Kofi and Samakai, Rama, Ophelia, and the rest of the crew. My name is Enoch Ejio. We are all Africans. We all love you. This is not an attack on Nigerians, no. It's an attack on the illegal, foreigners here, especially those like Nigerians who are committing crimes, who are for the state. You have to leave. Thank you. Bye-bye.